Doctor. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to The Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real relevant and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. How are you, Dr. Jody?
If there could be more of me, so excitable, there would be 5 of me.
Oh, outstanding. Listen, I'm so glad to have you here. Where are you located, Dr. Jody?
This is Howdy from Howie in the Hills, northwest of Orlando, small town. Did you know that there's still small towns in Florida, but 900 people? And it's wonderful to just be out in the middle of nowhere right now when everybody else is saying, where do I go? Where do I go?
Wow. You know what? When you say a small town, you said of 900 people? No, yes. I did not know that. Not in Florida?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
So you still get to enjoy all of the sunlight and the nice beauty, but it's just a quaint little area, a nice tucked away getaway.
Tucked away with the big bear and myself. We are 2 doctors. He's a doctor of archaeology, and it's like doctor, and we're just tucked away behind Little Lake Harris, and it's a beautiful and guess what I saw this morning?
What?
A 12-foot gator.
You know what? It is really overwhelming when you're in Florida. If anybody that's watching, listen, put a 1 in the comments if you know exactly what we're talking about. You could be just at a restaurant, and if it's nice on a piece of water or property, there are live gators that are there in the water. Huge. You don't want those things to come on shore for any reason, you know?
Well, it's mating season. It's spring. They want to find Mrs. Gator. I'm planting new grass, St. Augustine grass up in North Florida, like St. Augustine, Florida. And the footprint in our front yard looked as big as Bigfoot. I'm going, oh, he has grown. Oh, yes.
Oh, my goodness.
We give him respect and honor, just like I do here. Kim, having me on your show, what an honor and delight.
Well, it is my honor and privilege to have you on. And listen, everyone, make sure that you all share this broadcast with your friends and your family. Let us know who's coming into today's discussion. We would love for you to be recognized. So the show can't be what it would be without your participation. So make sure that you all put your name and where you're visiting in from. I actually had the opportunity today to be honored with a World Civility Ambassador Award, Dr. Christine Kozachuk, Dr. Rivers. And I was like, get out of here. It was such an honor and a privilege to receive that recognition today. And there were so many incredible honorees as well. So I was like, wow, just to be amongst the number was amazing, you know?
Well, and Kim, it fits World Civility Award because you start as America's top foundational health coach. I always say, just like you would certainly say, the foundations begin at home.
Right.
The life book says, unless the house be built on a solid foundation on a rock, it will not stand.
That's right.
You have done this, proven. Mother of 5, pastor's wife, you know, and you've lived that civility award in your own household. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much for you even knowing anything about me at that level. Thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, everyone, we're talking with Dr. Jody Bear today, and we're going to be talking about some important health-related topics that are going to really ignite your passion to be able to just live a healthier life. And so when we come right back after this commercial break, we're going to go ahead and formally introduce her. Go ahead and share the broadcast, tag your friends, tag your family members, and invite them into today's discussion. When we come back after this break, I will introduce her formally, and we're going to go ahead and kick today's program off. Can't wait. We'll be right back, everyone.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, everyone, we are back and we are talking with Dr. Jody Baer. Let me introduce her to you. First of all, she's America's top foundational health coach in Howey in the Hills, Florida. I love that. Just that goes with your name, Dr. Jody Baer, and Howey in the Hills, Florida. That's a whole Hollywood experience in itself, but you brought Hollywood to Howey in the Hills. She's holistic nutritionist, certified health coach, speaker, consultant, author, corporate trainer, and philanthropist. She has been a certified health coach for 42 years, so she knows what she's talking about, y'all. And she also hosts a weekly live radio show, which buildfortunesradio.com, wellness coach Dr. Jody. So we're going to learn a lot more about her and everything that she brings. She's received some exciting awards. She's also sitting on some prominent boards, and we're going to talk about that throughout her journey and her backstory. I don't want to just read it all to you. I want you to get to know Dr. Jody Baer. Welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show.
Thank you, Kim. It's amazing when you're just with somebody, you feel like, I've known you forever. Are we just sitting there having a cup of, it would be natural mushroom coffee with me, but we're just having a cup of coffee today. Thank you so much for having me again.
I'm actually having a cup of water. I don't know. What are you drinking over there, Dr. Jody?
It's a little bit of, I call it dirty chai. It's just got a little bit of chai tea, cinnamon, which is an anti-inflammatory, and some mushroom alkaline caffeine, black coffee.
Wow, that's interesting. And that combination, it's anti-inflammatory.
It's anti-inflammatory. It takes good care of your gallbladder.
That's good. See, even that kind of stuff, who would know that that's even a combination to try? So that's why we have you here today. What is your, I would really like for you to tell us, before we even start into your expertise, where did you come from? What made you even passionate about health? What even brought this about in your life, in your backstory?
Well, and Kim, thank you for saying that, because everybody has a story. As Les Brown, our mutual mentor, says, everybody has a story. I'm a small town girl from Montana, and I found early on, about age 5, I could sing. I
I knew you could sing just by how you talk. There are some people that can sing, and you can hear it in the way they talk. You can hear, I cannot sing, right? Because I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. You're like, I can sing.
Because my mother lost her soulmate when I was age 3. That's what my story is in our book with Les Brown, From Tummy Ache to Transcendent Health. I was 3 years old. I didn't know what was happening to me. I had this tummy ache, and my mama just gave me a water bottle and said, it'll be fine, Jody, go back to bed. I was having a physical, visceral manifestation of my father's loss. Well, when I learned I could sing, Kim, and I auditioned, you can appreciate this, being a wife of a pastor. They wanted somebody to sing Away in the Manger. And I just got up there. I was 6 years old. I said, what's this microphone for? And I just went at it. And what happened is that my mother, being a widow woman at 36 years old, she found money. She gave me hope. And her hope was instilled in me, giving me music lessons that she could ill afford. So, Kim, I found myself singing at La Scala, the Vienna Opera House. I was a part of the New York City Opera, sang in the concert stages of the world when, at age 24. I was just going on, doing my thing, driving in my car, going on to doing a solo performance of Handel's Messiah with the St. Paul Chamber Orchestra.
Get out of here.
That is correct. And it was at that moment, Kim, I was broadsided. My next waking moment, I was face down in a surgical halo, paralyzed from the shoulders on down. That's when my mother came into the hospital room a day later and said, Jody, in her Norwegian accents, Jody, the doctors only see what they see. They don't know who you are. And I reached down into my spiritual pillar. I knew who I was. As Les Brown said, your diagnosis is not your prognosis. There's not a whole lot you can do when you can't move. And I read my Bible like I've never read it before. And my mother gave me, you shall live and not die. You shall walk and not be weary. You will run and not faint. And I, by the grace of our Almighty, I got out of that hospital bed in 6 months and I walked myself out of that hospital. And I've been running ever since. That's why when you see 14 marathons, nationally ranked triathlete, all of this, that's why it's so important to me. I know that's a long backstory, but that's who I am, Kim.
Well, you know what, Dr. Jody, what you're saying is so profound because you went through so many different stages. For you to be singing opera and on a whole different trajectory, thinking that you're getting ready to take life by storm, getting blindsided, and then finding yourself waking up in a gurney type of thing, hanging upside down, fighting for your life.
Yes.
You're saying some things that most people can just quit this thing called life and say, you know what I thought was going to happen didn't happen. Now what's left for me? How, if you would, take a moment to describe to us what the recovery process was like for you as you were going through being paralyzed to being able to run. That's a huge difference. I'm paralyzed to now I'm running.
Because this is what I teach as a health coach and a holistic nutritionist. The number one cause of all disease, not some disease, all disease, is inflammation. There were two things that I read when my mother would turn the pages of books. You know, this was in 1978. This wasn't on the internet when somebody could Google something. This was 1978. I would read my Bible. I would speak life into those verses. Then I would rest. Because people forget lions go into a cave to recover. I rested. That's why our Heavenly Father says there will be rest for your souls.
Yes.
I mean, and frankly, you've got to believe it. This is why I say health isn't something you do. It's who you are along life's journey. I became that. And I remembered reading something about lemon and water.
That's good.
And I went ahead. This was 1978. Do you know how big the organic part of a grocery store was? About as big as my pinky.
Right. Okay. Nobody knew about that.
No. But I read about lemon water. I read about this. And surely, because we are a spiritual being, I breathed into those words. Good. And it was mindsight is what people need when they are getting, and when they have a setback. And then you have a comeback. Okay. How do you get that comeback? There is a setup. And the setup for that comeback is mind sight. When you have mind sight, you will get eyesight. And my mind said, I believe it. I'm going to be here. And if a doctor would come in, because I love doctors. Okay. Right. I come from the alternative Chinese medical side, but we need doctors for certain things.
You have to,
and
right?
Frankly, Kim, I would say something like, oh, they would say, but. And when they said, but, I said, Mama, would you just plug my ears? I didn't even let it, because I couldn't do it. Like, Mama, plug my ears. And if you don't have somebody to plug your ears, do it yourself and just do this. Cancel. I choose not to believe this, because when you choose, you have a choice. Heads or tails.
That's so good. I'm typing what you're saying. This is, y'all listen, these are some points here that you can apply in every aspect of your life. When you're talking about how to balance different aspects of your life, that's what this show is all about. The people that I'm bringing on have told you things that they've overcome to become who they are today. So Dr. Jody is not here just to be entertaining you, but she's saying that you can live this life on purpose. And here she's saying mindset is what is needed for you to have a comeback. If you don't have anybody to plug your ears, plug them yourself. In her case, she had her mama. And her mama, she said, Mama, I want you to just plug my ears when people are saying things that I don't want to enter into my inner spirit.
Yeah.
So having some people around you to support you and plug your ears, that's a book in itself, Dr. Jody. Mama, plug my ears.
Mama, plug my ears, because and especially, I'm just going to fast forward to now in this COVID era where we've gone from a tummy ache to a belly ache.
Yes.
A big belly ache. And this is so important to know which people, that noise in your ears, plug your ears to know which people, that social pillar, because I train on all 6 pillars of health: spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, social. Let's talk about social. It is so important to know who to be at your kitchen table, Kim, like we are right now. Who do you have in your neighborhood in Howie the Hills? Maybe it's got to be a bigger city like Charlotte. Maybe it's you put people in the state, and maybe you go ahead and have those other people off the planet.
That's good. That's good. So kind of compartmentalizing which people you're going to allow into your world, into your space, and how are they going to help edify you or you edify them, so that it's a building up situation versus tearing down. I love what you're saying. Listen, everybody, I see your comments coming in. Keep them coming in. Athena Robertson, our sunshine expert, you say, yes, rest is good for the soul. Yes, it is. Good Tuesday morning to you as well, Athena. And definitely you all pour your comments in. I see you, Mom. I see you. You say good morning, Kim and Dr. Joe D. And all of you that have your comments that you want to pop on the screen, feel free to. And if you even want to pop into the broadcast today and ask a head-to-head question, this is the link you can cut and paste, and we'll bring you right on screen. Listen, I would like for us to talk about, I know you have this unique perspective about alternative health. I really want us to deep dive on that. What is your niche or your carved out part of the world, your gift that you're bringing to the world, right after this commercial break, okay?
Beautiful.
All right, we'll be right back, everyone. Again, we're talking with Dr. Jody Bear, and she's going to be dropping some additional knowledge on us right after this break.
It's not just another day. It's a brand new day, full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
All right, everyone, and we're talking with Dr. Jody Bear, and this woman has just defied the odds, against all odds, from paralyzation to being able to run, and she has never looked back. So when you talk about your unique perspective or your unique area that you've carved out in life, talk to us about that with your health initiatives that you have.
Thank you, Kim, because your questioning and just your expertise, you are the Kim Jacobs. You really are. This is just, I'm just feeling like so gooey about our conversation. You have,
well, you make me feel good. Okay.
You have a way of having people feel good when they're just in your presence. That was my mother. I've got to give a little backstory to this, because Mama made sure I could sing. Mama was there when I was in that halo, and my mother gave me the inspiration to become a health coach, because now I'm a young mom. I'm walking. I'm running. I was running when I was 7.5 months pregnant. I don't suggest you do that anymore.
Okay.
We don't know as much as we did back then, but I got the call. Who in your audience has ever gotten a call? I was just cleaning up the dishes. We had a half bath off the kitchen. Phone, ring, ring, ring. Jody, I have bad news. They say I have cancer. They've given me 6 weeks to live. And I slumped down to my knees. I rolled that toilet paper off until there was no more roll. And it changed everything. It changed the rest of my life. I went to my then, at that point, then husband, he is now my husband. And I said, I got to take the boys. I got to go back to Montana. And I was living in Atlanta at the time. That was not an easy get with a 6-week-old and a 14-month-old. And in there, I said, Mama, just like you said to me, you will live and not die.
Yes.
What are we going to do? In Little Laurel, Montana, I found protocols from Edgar Cayce, 200-year-old protocols. I dusted that book. It was hiding in plain sight. We celebrated when we got to week 7. We celebrated all the way for 3.5 years length of life. At that point, nobody lived with pancreatic and liver cancer.
That's right.
3.5 years. And she had quality length of life because I said, you will live and not die. Your grandsons will remember you. And they do. Now they're 40 and 41. They remember my mom. And she looked at me and she said to me, Jody, you need to give to the world what you have given me. It was one of her last words that she gave to me. And I said, oh, I got to do this. I guess going back to my spiritual upbringing, if I'm called, I'll be equipped. I didn't know. I knew that I had been a part of being a regional director with La Leche League, helping prenatal breastfeeding mothers before that. And I just have a way when I do something, Kim, I just go in.
I can tell. Yeah, I can tell.
It's just my way. And all of a sudden I was on the national board and this, that, and the other. And I thought, well, that's the way it starts. It sounds foundationally in the womb. And what I did with Edgar Cayce's protocols, and I just started helping people. And what has ensued here, being America's top foundational health coach, I'm honored to say this, in 42 years, Kim, when I got my first certification, they said, what sport do you coach? I said, your body. Oh,
your body, your whole body is what I coach.
Una cuerpo, una vida. One body, one life.
One body, one life. Wow.
And foundationally, what I do, the foundations of health, foundations of living, foundations of hope. Foundations of health is help, because people want a quick fix or they want a piece of advice. And I just call that a piece of advice consultation. That is not enough to get down to the root. No. And so the difference, to tell you the difference of what I have learned through all of this, it begins with a parasite cleanse. It's what we're sitting on right now. Everyone, I can't have a conversation like this, Kim, without talking about poo and pee. I can't do it.
Listen, I mean, and that's the thing. Some of these conversations we have to have them in order to know how to get back to the basics. And so what you're sharing is so important. And even though you're saying it in a lighthearted, singy way, it is like the pee poo or whatever. See, I can't even say that in a tone. But the point is, it's some good information that you're sharing. So it begins with a parasite cleanse. Tell us more about the parasite cleanse.
The parasite cleanse is something I'll take you through that, because people now know about parasites. We've gone past the stage of, oh, health. What do you coach? The organic food section. Now we have whole stores like Whole Foods. But the idea is you name a condition, you name a situation in the body. I've had the honor. I don't care whether it's mental illness, down to having colorectal problems, to gallbladder problems, to digestive issues, heart issues. It all begins foundationally with the parasites. You got to get them out. I'm not telling the secrets, because I don't want you to go ahead and just go to Walgreens, because then it's not like Spanx, Kim. One size does not fit most.
Okay, that's so important.
Size does not fit all, but it's a whole protocol that you do it once.
Right.
And then you do it for life, and it becomes easy. It becomes you. Just like health isn't something you do, it's who you are and become along life's journey. I train and teach my clients to do this then in a sequence for the rest of your life. Then we move up to the colon. John Wayne had 40 pounds of fecal matter. Elvis Presley had 60 when they died. Okay? Detox or tumors, your body has a choice. It just does. Then we move into the liver. Then you move into the gallbladder and then into your kidneys. You see, you go from poo to pee with Dr. Joe D. That one was so there. That one was just so there. It was
Okay, y'all. She really could not help but maximize on that moment. Poo to pee with Dr. Joe D. All right. Make sure you take advantage of that.
and foundationally, when you do that, because so many people, they'll want to go ahead. Right now, we're doing a program, Why Wait, Lose the Weight. But everybody wants to start with, okay, I have this situation. Everybody wants to start with, I want the magic pill. They grab this, whatever, and they grab the magic pill. But what is the foundation? Your husband would never preach without getting the foundations of salvation. This is the foundations of health. You wouldn't put apple juice into a Lamborghini, would you? You're going to put high octane gas. You're going to have that tune up. That's why foundationally you do that. Then you go up. Then you go up and you move into what I'm saying, pristine clean. Once you've laid the foundation, then you can eat clean, because guess what? Your body is ready to receive this. I have a client right now. They were trying, like everything, to conceive. They wanted to get pregnant.
Right.
I said, oh, give me 6 months, because you have 90 days. You have new circulation, new blood cells.
Yes.
In 6 months, you have a new cuerpo. You're either going to regenerate or degenerate.
Okay.
And guess what happened in 6 months? Oh, they'd be pregnant. They'd be pregnant.
Yay!
And because see, she did the foundations, she did the pristine clean, so she was getting her whole system ready for the baby, the bassinet, and the carriage.
Good.
Then you go into weight loss. That's why my clients, I'm really proud of this fact, Kim, that we have lost over 1,500,000 pounds in my practice in my 42 years.
That is something to be so proud of. So proud of it. I'm all of the information that you're sharing is so helpful. And I want to make sure people know how they can stay connected with you. Let me make sure I get that up, but then we're going to continue to talk even more. But please tell people how they can stay connected with you.
And Kim, it's my website, healthcoachjod.com. You'll find me on all social platforms. I've got this rolling around here at Health Coach Jody, both LinkedIn, Instagram, and also on Facebook. I do a Wednesday at high noon, Health for Life on Clubhouse with one of my health coaching colleagues. And she was a client, lost 80 pounds, and then she becomes an advocate. That happens all the time. And so we do a Clubhouse room, Health for Life. Join us Wednesdays at noon. And frankly, this is what you can do. You can do old school, 800-820-0854. It's 800-820-0854. And
okay, 800-820. I'll type that in too, but let me type in this. You say Wednesdays at noon.
Yes.
On Clubhouse. And what is that called again?
Health, the number 4, Life.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is good, y'all. You have so many ways to stay connected and not make any excuses. Actually, I'm a part of a sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and we do a whole thing that says excuses are monuments of nothingness. Those that make excuses in life seldom amount to anything else in life but what? An excuse. So don't make excuses. Let's make results and hear from Coach Joe D. Bear, who knows exactly what she's talking about. Went from being paralyzed to running in marathons that took her around the world, and now she's a global household name. So let's make sure we stay connected with her on Wednesdays at noon on Clubhouse, Health for Life. Correct. And then what else did you say? You were getting ready to give a number. You gave a number.
It's 1-800-820-0854. I said that wrong. Sorry.
Huh?
800.
Okay, wait. I'm not that good. Like, oh, Whoa, you speaking in tongues over there, woman. Okay, say it again.
800-820-0854.
0854. Okay. I'm like, this is how they can call you or connect with you.
Yeah, I mean, that's my office number. Because Kim, what happened? I'm 68 years old. I'm 68 years young.
That is amazing. Just that alone.
Oh, thank you.
You look amazing. Amazing.
No facelift, no Botox, honey. This is I am what I propose. I'm not going to have one of these this looks. And if that's what you choose, that look, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm sad. I want my face to move. Okay. So this is the deal, Kim. January 2020. I'm thinking it's probably about ready. If I'm 66, I told my husband, I think it's time for me to sell my practice. The toughest thing that I took down were all the diapers that I had in my office with names on these diapers, pink diapers, blue diapers, of all the children are out there that I holistically helped these parents, moms and dads, to conceive. But I said, it's time. It's time. What hit in February? And my husband, in his wisdom, looked at me and he said, you know this better than anybody I know. Just how much yoga are you going to do? And so I thought, I've got this website. I haven't touched it in 7 years. I'm just going to begin. As our mentor, Les Brown, says, you just don't need to be great to get started. You need to start to be great.
You have to start.
I just began. I found Clubhouse. Next thing you know, my coach, Jay Noland, was on there on a room, and he goes, you need to coach with Les Brown. And the rest is history.
Yeah.
And now over 3,000 people that I've personally been able to help assist with remedies and to regain their health in the COVID era. I'm really proud of that number as well. And so if you're out there and I don't care, it's your decision. You've been vaxxed, you can go to my blog site. You can find the protocols to reclaim your health. If you haven't been vaxxed, there is another set of protocols. It's all there. I give it freely, Kim.
I am so excited about that. And I'm so grateful for your graciousness of sharing this information freely with the community. So we all need to take advantage of what is being shared today. I do want to find out from you, how did you walk out of the hospital room? You know how you're like watching a movie, right? And I don't think I got that piece yet, that you went from paralyzed and you came out of the hospital at some point over 40 years ago. How did that happen?
Okay.
Don't share. Yeah, I got to take a commercial break. I want to, leave it like a cliffhanger. So stay tuned, everybody, like you're watching like some kind of soap opera. Right after this commercial break, you're going to hear how Dr. Joe D walked out of that hospital room over 40 years ago. Aren't you interested in knowing that? I think I'm being dramatic. I've been off for about a week, so I'm being way dramatic. They're like, Kim, get to the point. Get to the point. Okay, everybody. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
When someone has lost a loved one, they want to know what exactly happened. They want to know, is the other person going to be held responsible? And they want closure. At Hunter & Everett, we help clients that have lost a loved one move on, and to do that with dignity and respect that they deserve.
So inquiring minds definitely want to know, how did you walk out of that hospital room, Dr. Jody, over 40 years ago?
Kim, when I said that you have new blood cells in 90 days, you have a new body in 6 months.
Yes.
Now, I'm not suggesting that you do this. This is what I did.
Okay.
I got serious about my diet like never before. I went on a lemon and water cleanse. The doctors did not want me to do that, but I said to them, in all due respect, then that's when you can always drop a bomb. I remember this like it was yesterday. In all due respect, it's my body and it's my choice. It's my life I want to live. And I remember them writing the chart. I said, "What did you just write?" "You were a non-compliant patient."
I knew I could have told you that's what they wrote. It's like she is not willing to comply, so she's on her own type of thing. Okay, go ahead.
A little disclaimer. But what happened, think about, have you ever been sitting down and your foot falls asleep?
Mhm.
Okay. That's what you feel like when you have no feeling. It's just like it just
Mm.
it's not there. I only felt from the shoulders on up. But then but what hurt, because they drill some holes into my skull. That's what you do, because what happened, and they said there's a slight chance
Mm, mm, mm,
that the traction we're putting on your neck will
mm.
allow this bone to heal. I said, beam me up, Scotty. He said, you can't take that much traction. I said, oh, yes, I can.
Mm.
So they gave it to the max. That's kind of why every day is a gift for me. That's why I've written 10 rituals to rock your day, because this is what I've done forever. This is what I did this morning and what I did in that hospital room. I'm face down in this halo. All of a sudden, it was 4.5 months, 5 months. What did I say, Kim? You have a new body in 6 months. I'm thinking,
Yes.
it's not hurting on my head anymore when they do the traction. It's not hurting. It just feels neutral. I said,
Mm.
oh, this is a good sign. And what I had done for my diet in the meantime is that I had gone ahead and done basically a vegetarian diet. And once again, I'm not saying that you must. That's what I chose,
That's right.
because I do know foundationally as a health coach, if somebody's got a situation, Kim, in their life, notice I didn't call it disease, because
Right.
disease just means your body is ill at ease. Okay. If you can degenerate, it can regenerate.
That's right.
I just said, okay, I am going to let my body slow down with lemon and water. And I did this for 2.5 months. That's all
That's
I had.
see, that's amazing.
Because see, all the energy in my body, what do they say in Espanol? Mucha energía. All that energy in my body went to that part of my neck
Mm.
and allowed it to heal. So I'm not sitting there ingesting a turkey dinner or steak dinner, and that's all fine.
Mhm.
Did you ever have that feeling after you eat a big meal, you just like,
Yes.
that's,
Way too much. So
you
don't
know
try and
that
turn. Don't worry about don't worry about count. I'll turn this into a counseling session, Dr. Jody. You'd be like, Kim, call me right after. Okay.
call me. So what I did is just the opposite. That lion that went back in the cave, I just let whatever was with myself heal, rest, and restore. This is why in natural medicine we call it detoxify, tonify, and strengthen. So
Mm.
I detoxed and then I started tonifying
Tonify and restructure
and strengthen.
and strengthen. Okay.
Yeah, you
Wow.
don't lift weights. You don't lift that weight unless you go ahead and stretch and stretch. And my body was being tonified, and I feel like, okay, it's not hurting up there anymore. And yes, we just got to do the neck roll. There we go. And I absolutely went ahead. Now there's some things I don't do that I will never do, like jump out of a parachute out of a plane.
Okay, so you do have limits, even though you run a gazillion marathons. There are some things you just won't do at 60. How old?
8.
At
8.
68 years old? Okay, I can't. I bet you'll find. You never know. You should never say never, because you're that woman that I believe is you're willing to venture out and explore life and not be stagnant. So
But I have ziplined. I have ziplined
okay,
even with the neck. Okay. But back to the story, Kim, you go ahead and here you are and you feel there's no pain. It
Mm.
feels neutral. And I remember telling the doctor, I said, I don't feel pain anymore. All of a sudden, I mean, they put me upside down, right side, whatever. That's why I will tell you the one thing I do on a daily basis. I've been practicing yoga for 30 years. I
Okay.
will I will do 10 minutes of yoga in the morning, and I will do a headstand, because it's that natural inversion that you lift and get everything, aligned.
Okay.
Okay. And so they put me upside down, Rich, when they said, well, we're not really ready. It's inconclusive. You can see it's inconclusive.
Right.
But there seems to be some movement back there. And I didn't cry as much when my accident happened as I did at this point.
Wow.
And I looked at my mom and I said, 6 months. I've been reading about this. In 6 months, we're going to be good. Well, within that week, they took me out of traction. Then they put me into therapy and rehab.
Wow.
And I will tell you, I was back at the University of Minnesota. I had some great care. And they said it was just like instantaneous that I could feel, then I could feel my diaphragm, and the rest is history. It took 6 weeks for everything to come on back through. But because why? Foundationally, I rested. I used no food tastes as good as health feels, even though I didn't know that quote. I hadn't coined that phrase at that point, but I did what instinctively I knew to let my body rest and heal.
That's good.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you this tip. There is no such thing as pushing through the pain. You rest with the pain, restore so that you can push through life.
Good. That's good. Okay. If y'all are learning something here today, just put a 3 in the comments. Say, I am learning something here today. This is incredible information. Just push through and don't try to find a shortcut, but a way that's going to really get you back in motion. So we're talking with Dr. Jody Bear today, and she's sharing with us how she's personally done it, but how we can actually transform in our health as well. And I see a couple of images here that I wanted to pop up. One of the things that you say as a lead foundational health coach, number one, actually, why wait, lose the weight? Why this slogan? Why wait, lose the weight?
Because people tend to procrastinate. That's the key word that I do not know.
Yes.
Why wait? The word one is spelled now. So it's now is the time. We are not guaranteed tomorrow. Right now, because people tend, the biggest misnomer in all health-related fields, maybe it will go away. We get a tap on the shoulder. We get a 2x4, lest you wait to the Mack truck. 75%, that's what it was before COVID. We've gained 10% on obesity. 85% of all North Americans have at least 35 pounds or more to lose. And what I can say, because this tribe has been with me through the foundations. Remember, I just got back in the game with this after COVID, just having some fun. And
amazing.
And we've done the pristine clean. Now it's time to lose the weight. Why wait? Lose the weight. It's a 21-day program. Guaranteed you will lose 10 pounds if you follow it. But the good thing is only 5% of my clients have ever had any recidivism. Only 5%.
Okay.
Because if you follow this, no food tastes as good as health feels.
That's
right.
Les
Brown said this on our summit the other day. And I said, did you just use my quote? I said, I was so honored. Our man about town, Les Brown.
What's the quote one more time so I can type it here?
No food tastes as good as health feels.
No food tastes as good as health feels. That's a good quote right there. I'm going to definitely use that. No food tastes as good as health actually feels. That's good.
Yes. It becomes you, because you see, I did all that protocol back to the hospital. And you know how I knew that I was okay? Do you know what I surprised the doctors with? Oh, it was 6 months, less a week. Guess what they saw of me doing? I was sitting up in my bed. I said, can I do something here? Yes. It came back as a flash, just like when you feel your foot falls asleep, and then all of a sudden, you get this tingling. I'm going, okay. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger said, he's back.
He's back. She's back.
Look.
Listen, right now, I'd love to just go to our virtual studio audience and pop up some of the comments and questions and anything that you'd like to address. Feel free to do so.
Okay.
Mother Patricia Lofton, she's over a wide variety of women within a denomination called the Church of God in Christ, and she leads a lot of women that we all follow her leadership, and she does a magnificent job of leading by example. But she says that no food tastes as good as health feels, which is what you shared. She also put a 3 in the comments. And then she also said that this is just really great information that you're sharing today. And I wanted to pop some of those comments. She said, just good information, ladies. Thank you so much for sharing this information. And thank you for being here, Mother Patricia Lofton. Let's see some other comments that came in. I see Connie Green, Dr. Connie Green, and she has a program called Wisdom Tips with Dr. Connie Green. It's a broadcast. If you haven't been on her platform before, I'll make sure you two connect virtually as well. And Dr. Connie Green, she says, thanks so much for sharing this great information. I see all of your 3s, Mom, Mother Patricia Lofton. Rose Slade is also an author, and she's sharing a story about her son that passed away. And if you haven't received that book, make sure you connect with Rose Slade. Her and her husband share the journey of having one of their children pass away and what that journey was like. I am learning something here today, she said. Great discussion. Make sure if you all are learning today, share this broadcast, tag some friends, tag 10 or so of your friends, and even start a rewatch at some point if you're not watching it all today at this moment. Mother Harper, when you're talking about body, she actually is one of the longest living recipients of a heart transplant. She received a heart transplant of a 16-year-old Caucasian male. She's an African American woman in her 80s, and she received the heart of a 16-year-old Caucasian male over 20 years ago. And her and the mother meet every year just so that the mom can hear her son's heartbeat in Mother Harper's chest. You don't know how God has it for us to connect with people in life, to be able to make a difference in somebody else's life forever. So happy to have you on today, Mother Harper. And yes, okay. So those are just some of the comments. If I missed your comment, I'm definitely asking Dr. Jody to go back and check them out later today and maybe address them for you. So you are the author. You're 2-time best-selling author type of thing. Talk to us from that perspective, please.
Well, it's pretty cool because, as you say, I'm coming back to our man, Les Brown. We are a group of like-minded, achievement-driven relationship professionals. That's what we are. Here we are. And I know also one of my favorite quotes is being a corporate health coach when nobody even knew what that was. And 1,500 clients later, and we're talking NCAAs. I did a lot with every NCAA 1A school because I'm a jock. I had 2 jocks that I bore, and we're a big athletic family. But this is what I know with this is that you go ahead and you do the thing, you know when to coach and when to be coachable. And my executive coach, Jay Noland, when we're in Clubhouse, this was March, and it was a huge 3-day women's health event. And Les Brown popped in, and of course the room exploded. Surprise, surprise. It always happens.
Absolutely.
And he said, you need to coach with him. He made an offer, and I was there. Next thing you know, I see this woman with this pink hair with Ignite Publishing in the back. I'm going, I just loved her energy. It was JB Owen. And I DM'd, it was my first Les Brown. I said, I'm going to work with you. I didn't say I wanted to meet with you. I said, I want to work with you.
It's a big difference, right?
And it's kind of like that song, next thing you know, next thing you know, next thing you know, we have a book, Ignite the Hunger in You. There were 35 authors, along with Les Brown, became an international best-selling book in December. But as Alvin and the Chipmunks would say, what do you mean overdo it? Let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
I knew that in this book, I've written the Halo story. I'm going to leave a little bit of it out because you can go ahead and get the book. And also, if you get a signature copy, DM me reach out on the phone, email me. Not only will you get a limited edition copy, but I will autograph it and just send it to you. You can go to Amazon, but if you want a little personal touch, and yes, I am on page 156.
Page 156, you want to check out Dr. Joe D. Bear's chapter. And the title is what again?
Ignite the Hunger in You with
And what is your chapter called?
From Tummy Ache to Transcendent Health.
All right. From Tummy Ache to Transcendent Health is her chapter. You don't want to miss it because she's giving so many nuggets in there. What's the biggest thing you want readers to walk away from? Not just only from the book, but from your chapter in particular.
Really, that whatever in that book, whatever you're going through, as Les Brown says, you will get through. I quoted him in that it is necessary that know that it is you that can do what only you can do and no one else. See, it was me in that halo that did me. I wasn't doing somebody else. I wasn't looking at somebody else. Like you're talking about your sorority with excuses. You know, Think and Grow Rich. It's the 57 alibis. If only I'd. No, this is whatever you're going through, you will get through. And then we completed this book, and it was just so amazing because this is where I added Foundations of Hope. Hope for me, Kim Jacobs, stands for heal. Go down into you to heal, and then go up in opportunity to your true north, whatever that is, as you said, and come in positivity to be, not just do the law of attraction, but to be and live the law of attraction, and then go out in empowerment, not only to change yourself, but your circle in the world. So then when J.B. Owen said, we're going to do another book, Ignite Wisdom.
Yes.
This was easy. It is coming out the 14th of May. And I write my journey with my husband and my journey as a single mom, because it just is true that women think we have to do it all. But what I learned, and the wisdom of what I learned being a single mom of 2 sons, and not only is this important, but if you feel a real, that's the name of my chapter, to feel the real, page 36.
Page 36 in Ignite Your Wisdom, Feel the Real is Dr. Joe D. Bear's chapter. Okay, go ahead.
And what we can do, if you want both books, I'll bundle it. I'll throw in one of my past, or if you're interested in the weight loss, I'll throw that in. I just have a way of throwing in the kitchen sink because I want to help. And this quote in Ignite the Wisdom, it means a lot. I've given the other one, no food tastes as good as health feels, a bunch of times. And the quote in Ignite the Hunger, which is what my TV show Wednesdays at 6 p.m. on KP Media is, life is like a milkshake. Choose your ingredients wisely. And when you do, life will be oh so sweet. Life's milkshake moments. That it's just, why shouldn't life be gooey? We've got a problem. Let's make it a milkshake.
Make it a milkshake.
Make it a milkshake moment in your life. Now, back to Ignite Your Wisdom. Feel the real. My journey as to go ahead. Being a single parent hit me out of the blue, but the P's that I learned: persistence, perseverance, patience, peace, power, and then to be able to give the presence of the Almighty to my sons was everything to me. Now that they're grown, they have families of their own. My quote in this book is, and you put it up on the screen earlier on, that we first must empower ourselves first. Empower yourself first so that we can empower ourselves and in the world. It's the way it works. Start with yourself. Put the oxygen mask on yourself. Ladies, we always are others driven, but you're the only person that will never leave you. In my case, husbands did. And at some point, don't you wish that children better? So
Come on, Dr. Jody. Why would you put it out on a whole broadcast, right? And this is like that secret mom moment. You're like, you about to get on my nerves. But you don't actually told everybody, don't you wish the kids would go now? Guam. That's interesting. So yeah, there are a lot of P's that she learned after divorce, and guess what? She is powerful, persistent, patient, all kind of different P's. So you don't want to miss some of the stuff that has been shared that Dr. Jody Bear has shared. Also, I would love for you to tell us about your particular accolades. You are the board member of the Advocacy Council for Alternative Medical Practitioners. Please tell us about that. That's such a distinguished honor that you've received to be on that board.
kind of like the World Civility Award by Dr. Rivers.
Yes.
If you spot it, girl, you got it. Okay. Congratulations again on that one.
Thank you.
And what this is think about it as the AMA for alternative healers. And we have a national board because you've got the acupuncturist here, the chiropractor here. It's like we're finally coming together because we're a holistic. We're not half-listic. We're a holistic society. Just like we're doing a once a month symposium. You know what we're calling it, Kim?
What?
It's starting on the 19th. I forgot this one. 19th of May. We're calling it Doctor Talk. Come play in our health sandbox.
Okay. I love that.
One topic per month. We're going to take inflammation. You're going to hear from a traditional medical MD. You're going to hear it from an acupuncture physician, a chiropractor, a nutritionist like I am, health coach, and other practitioners coming in and discussing one topic.
Good. Very
Isn't
good.
that holistic? And that's what we do on the advisory panel, coming together to come up with protocols that are simple, effective, and sustainable.
Wow. Simple, effective, and sustainable. Listen, everybody, we're going to take another quick commercial break and we're coming down to the home stretch. We started about 5 minutes late today, so I'm going to make sure that we get those 5 minutes in with Dr. Jody Bear. We will not deprive her of any moment on this broadcast. So let's get about 5 more minutes or so, and then we will be coming to a close. Now, I know as we take this commercial break, you've been talking about some husbands, but is this the current? What's it?
That's the big bear. That is the big bear.
Okay. I was like looking for pictures. I said, please don't let me put up a husband. Like, please say this is the right man. Mr. Big Bear, we're so happy that you have landed in Ms. Dr. Jody Bear's life, and she is truly blessed according to her own words. And I found that on her social media page. And then please tell me who these people are.
That is my mother-in-law that never left my life. And those are my two sons. The last time we were with her, and Carl is now 40 and Evan is, Carl actually is 41. Evan's 40. This was 20 years ago. And she was just such a little thing, 5'2". My sons are 6'5" and 6'7". And
look at those giants.
And Evan just picked his Farmore, which is father's mother, up, and he goes, Farmore, take a stand on a chair on my knee. And she was laughing like a schoolgirl. She was 92 at that point. And look at the glee in her life. You can see that these sons have had that glee with me as well.
I am so happy that I found at least a few pictures just to kind of put a little sprinkle of some things that's been going on in Dr. Jody Bear's life. After this quick commercial break, we're going to come back and hear some closing comments from her. So think about, whatever it is that you wanted to share that you still may just have you've ran, I have to say this, you've ran how many marathons? 14 marathons. You've been nationally ranked triathlete at the age of 66. You're now 68. 6,000 road races that you've done, and over 1 million pounds of lost toxic fat under your leadership. This is just incredible. So you being 40-year health coach and holistic nutritionist, going from being paralyzed to now doing the things that you're doing is just second to none. I really want people to leave with a tremendous closing tip from you when we come back after this commercial break. Is that fair?
Fair.
All right, everybody. We will be right back.
Nothing says I love you more than final expense insurance whole life protection with funeral advocacy nationwide, saving you and your family 30 to 80% off funerals and cremations. Nothing says I love you more than Get Insured Solutions, LLC. GetInsured.Solutions. 704.
Lamb Funeral Home has been serving the Cabarrus County in North Carolina and surrounding communities for more than 9 years. Our staff of funeral directors are dedicated to providing the very highest quality of service and continue to be well respected throughout the communities we serve. Our professionals are caring, experienced professionals who understand that each family is unique and has personal requests and traditions. These requests and traditions are the utmost importance to our staff of licensed funeral directors. From the initial care to aftercare, you can entrust your loved one and arrangements to Lamb Funeral Home.
All right, everyone. And Lamb Funeral Home, even though they're located in the Concord, North Carolina area, they are certified in all 50 states. So if you have any questions, especially if you're a veteran, and the owner of Lamb Funeral Home is a veteran for over 28 years, so feel free to reach out to them and let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show referred you. Okay, so what's your closing comment, Dr. Jody?
You can't make this up. Before that came in there, I said, just look at your life at the end stage of life. And then that came up. I just got chill bumps because Bob and I say that that's my big bear, that we're in the fourth quarter. It's not overtime yet, but it's not the 2-minute drill, but you don't know. Breathe in to life with every breath so that every day you have moments that take your breath away because you don't know. So when you're at that point, and if you are a believer like Kim and I are, when we see our maker, what do you want to leave behind? What will you leave into the ground? When I see that picture of Carl and Evan 20 years ago, when I see the memories that we made as a swim mom and All-Americans and all on the Olympics and this, that, what seeds will you leave into the ground with my 5 grandchildren? What will you leave of eternal wealth and health? It begins with my 10 rituals to rock your day. This is what I did 40 years ago. I have an offer with my books. The ebook is free. It begins with life, knowing that Mother's Day is around the corner in May. I've got a new ebook because I'm a keynote speaker on the 7th of May that is Foundations for Prenatal Health. It begins in the womb and it goes from there. So what seed are you going to plant in the ground? Make it a 6-pillar life, ladies and gentlemen, beginning with spiritual. Then you go to your physical body. Una cuerpo, una vida, one body, one life. And then it will go to mind sight is better than eyesight. Emotionally, to be 100% passion with focused emotion, as Helen Keller says. And socially know what you need for you and where your boundaries are. And financially will be the king of all kings, because you started with him, will be the foundation so that you can give to yourself and give back into the world. Thank you, Kim Jacobs, the K Queen, the big chess piece, because the Queen is the biggest chess piece of all. I want to honor you to know, Miss Balance Doctor, how to be the best host that I've ever had and been a part and been privileged to be around. Thank you for this opportunity.
Well, thank you. Thank you for just the wonderful interview that we've done today. You have been a wealth of knowledge. So many people have commented, and this broadcast will be shared. It will definitely be shared on different streaming channels that are going to be nationwide. Over 200 million households will get privy to this information. So I am so excited. Listen, if you all like what you've heard today on the Kim Jacobs Show, go ahead and pour into our program to allow us to be able to provide this level of programming Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. we don't take it for granted, and we are grateful and honored to have guests like Dr. Jody Bear on. And on tomorrow, we're going to be hearing from two graduates that will be graduating from our program on tomorrow. So we're going to be having some students that actually went through our Kim Jacobs consulting course, and they will be here to celebrate their new show called Life Disruptions. You don't want to miss that episode, because we're going to be talking with this husband and wife couple, which is, I want to put that up here so we definitely get to see their image right quick. And you don't want to miss this episode, because this couple has gone through their training, and they together are going to be coming out with a new show called Life Disruptions, which kicks off this week. And so I am honored and privileged that they chose the Kim Jacobs Consulting Program to be able to get their training. And we're going to be birthing them out into the community starting tomorrow. So make sure you tune in at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time for that episode. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Dr. Jody Bear. You are amazing and such an inspiration at 68 years old. I don't know if you want to hit a tune or anything right as we close out? You want to say something? No, okay.
I'm just going to say, and I'm Dr. Jody Bear, and I approve this message. Ciao for now.
All right, everybody. Stay backstage, Dr. Jody Bear, and we will see you all tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show.